Hello, welcome to iGod Today, your daily reflection. I'm Father Soney Sebastian, SVD, a Divine Word missionary priest. I'm so happy to share this reflection with you today. The passage from which today's gospel is taken deals with people eating together. The kingdom of God, the perfect society, which is the goal of the Christian message, is often pictured as a banquet. It's a meal for everyone, not just a private dinner for two by a candlelight. All the dishes on the table are for everyone equally. There is enough and more for every single person's needs. It's an occasion of sharing and joyfulness. From this meal situation, Jesus gives us two parables. It has been pointed out that in one, Jesus speaks directly to the guests, and in the other, he addresses the host. In this way, Jesus involves them directly in what he's saying. As we watch and listen, we need to hear Jesus speaking to us as well. The lessons are still totally relevant for our time and for our society. The first parable was a response to the way the guests took their seats. Jesus had noticed how they picked the places of honor. As Jesus spoke, some of his fellow guests begin to feel uncomfortable. Jesus reverses the normal procedure. Do not go to the higher place, he says. You might suffer the indignity of being asked to sit lower down. Rather, go first to a lower place, and you may be asked to move to a higher place, and so get great face in front of everybody. Of course, remember, it's a risky thing to do. Of course, you might be left sitting in your lower place. For some, that could be a social disaster. Jesus, of course, does not mean us to behave that way literally. What he does mean is that in the kingdom of God, such things have absolutely no importance. Someone with the spirit of the kingdom knows that human status, the status conferred by fickle society, does not mean anything at all. The only status that counts is one's relationship with God and with other people, irrespective of their classification by race, religion, profession, or class. Our real status is measured not by our rank or occupation, but by the level of love and service offered to God through our relationships with those around us. What counts is not how we are looked on by others, but the degree of care and compassion with which we look at them. This calls for a strong inner security. Those who find their security in their bonds of love with other people know that no status is lost by having to sit near the kitchen. It gives them an opportunity to talk to the cook and to the staff, maybe. It is put somewhat differently in the second reading from Hebrews. What you have come to is Mount Zion and the city of the living God, with the whole church in which everyone is a firstborn and a citizen of heaven. In the second parable, Jesus talks directly to his host, a leading Pharisee. When you throw a banquet, Jesus tells him, do not invite your friends, colleagues, or other rich and influential people who will outdo themselves in returning your invitation. Jesus has rather different advice. When you organize a dinner, he says, invite rather the poor, the disabled, and the disadvantaged. Invite those people in particular who will be able to give you absolutely nothing in return, who will be able to do absolutely nothing to further your career or your status in the community. We live in a community, a society, where there's a struggle to be on top always. And one would do anything to be on the top, to be the first and to be the best. In that process, we forget the other. What we need is a place, a banquet where all are equal, all share from the same table of fellowship. Lord, be my side always. that I do not forget others in the right race to be on the top. Help me to share and experience the generosity of others in my life.